everyone, Crafting Vicky here with you, and I'm tired. I'm exhausted, guys. The day didn't go as planned at all. I just ended up spending 3/4 of an hour on the phone with MasterCard due to my fraud issue, because somehow not only did it take over a month to clear my issues, but they contacted PayPal for a transaction that I had not contested, and then PayPal blocked my account. So that happened early in the week, and then I called PayPal. I was able to restore my account, thankfully, but then today again it was blocked and I couldn't figure out why. So I went and then the same transaction, but the amount was different, was smaller, the contested amount, and then, which I totally don't get, and on top of it, it was a transaction that I had issues with because I had to request a refund, a partial refund, because I didn't get one of the items that I had ordered. But it was my order and it was mine, so I wasn't contesting that, and I had already gotten the refund from the seller and everything was fine. But so I don't even understand what happened, and I tried to free up the issue, but then they said you can't, you need to it needs to go through your credit card company. It cannot be, you cannot approve it. You need your credit card company to call us and free it up. So I spent 45 minutes on the phone with MasterCard for them to tell me that they couldn't do anything about it because they didn't block it. I felt like I was in a loop. I'm like this little hamster running in my wheel and getting nowhere. So I called back PayPal, explained the situation yet again, and then the lady said, well, you should upload some identification and change your password. And I said, well, I did all that earlier this week, and not only did I do that, but you guys, you asked for information that is not available in Quebec, in the province of Quebec, because I do not have a Canadian pension plan. We have our own in Quebec. So anyway, it was so finally they freed it up, and just in time, because I had I had placed an offer on something on eBay and I got it, but then I needed to pay for it. Oh, so I'm feeling stressed, tired, just exhausted. I thought, you know what, let's do some color with me and just chill. And I've got a glass of wine, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna be testing out some of the pens that I've got. So the 7 and the 8. The 7 is dark green and the 8 is green. So I've got a dark green and I've got a green. And I tried putting some coloring pencils on top, and it still shows the numbers. So there's no going about it. It's just gonna show, and that's it. I can't do anything about it. I don't think I like this green. It's a bit too light for my taste. What about this one? Maybe. It's gonna be strange to have these lighter, but anyway. The point is not to be thinking about it and to just color it in. So that's what we're doing. And I'm not even gonna bother writing at the back. I pulled out one of my pencil case. This is a pencil case I got used, which is why it's got all of this fuzz thing. But I love Quito, anything Quito. I just love their design. And so I had to get it, and I think there was other stuff in the bag that I could use anyway, so that's what I did. And now I'm using that to store all the markers that I'm using in this. So that's what we're, so this way, if I if I decide to do the other pages with the same markers, because technically I don't need to. There's nothing that says I need to. So I haven't made any progress on this by myself. I'm really using this to color with you guys. That was the point of doing this. Maybe that will be better for you. A lot more light. But let's block that so you don't have glare. Okay. And it's much better for my eyes because I'm old. Yep. Getting older by the minute. It's okay. I'm okay with it, except for the fact that I have no patience anymore. I mean, really no patience. And this type of issue where you go back and forth and again back and forth and just keep on facing the same thing. Thank God the people that I got on the phone were super nice. And the lady earlier this week, like, she got it fixed like right away. This one, it took a lot longer. But then again, this time they had mentioned that they were not going to release my account unless my credit card company was going to call them. Which my credit card company wasn't going to call them because they didn't do anything with it. So I don't know. And I was so pissed initially when I heard about this because of the fact that I never contested any of the transactions that were done in PayPal, first of all. Second of all, it took forever for the credit card company to reimburse me, and at the time they still had not reimbursed me, which now they did. I'm quite happy with that because, I mean, the transactions were over $2,000, so yeah, I really wanted my money back. But so that got taken care of finally, but you know, not only did it take forever for them to take care of it, but they managed to mess up my PayPal account. So yeah, frustrated. And I'm sure I'm not alone. I mean, I'm sure there's a ton of you guys that have had issues with cards and having to deal with all of that. And it's just, yeah, very frustrating when there's really nothing you can do about it. And even the 8, it shows. You can see through it. Probably can't see from afar like that, but see? You can see the numbers. That's very annoying. I don't understand. I don't understand why, you know, like, I don't know. Find a way of making it disappear. I don't know how dark you can do this to make it disappear. Unless you use paint, like acrylic paint, but I don't know anybody that uses coloring books with acrylic paint. And even now, just using these markers, the paper's peeling. So it's not the best quality paper, so yeah. But the goal is to just chill, just relax, and not stress, and yeah. So, cheers, guys. When I hung up the phone, I'm like, okay, now it's time for a glass of wine. a good thing I didn't call early in the morning. Yeah, it's quite something. And I have to admit, I'm getting very stressed with just all the I don't have a lot of preparations to do, but at the same time, I'm like feeling like I'm running out of time to do all this stuff that I need to do, or that I want to do. And let's be honest, a lot of it I'm putting on myself. So, and I know that, but it's kind of hard not to. So yeah. Another big frustration this week. We have this tradition with my kids that we purchase them a Christmas tree ornament, an Hallmark one, every year, and we've been doing that since they were born. And unfortunately, the Hallmark store closed down. Like there's no more close by, and I managed to mess that up and to color outside the line. But if I do this, then it kind of hides some of the 8. This is not what they asked for, but doesn't matter. So anyway, I thought I'm gonna find them in the US, because now I have this warehouse that I transitioned by that's based in New Hampshire, and they have amazing service. I should put the link in the description box for those of you guys that want to purchase in the US. And because certain things you cannot get here, like you cannot order them to come to Canada, especially like for eBay purpose. There's a lot of things that I purchased that wouldn't deliver to Canada. But with this warehousing service, I've got an address in the US, so I can get stuff delivered there. And initially I wasn't sure how good their service was going to be and if I was going to really use it, but I figured, you know what, why not? Because I really wanted the green stock at the time for my plants, and now the company delivers to Canada, but they didn't at the time that I made my first purchase, because I haven't purchased again yet. But I do love their product and probably will next spring. So anyway, I love now going through this warehousing service. Is just fantastic. So I figured, you know what, I will go through that warehousing service and order directly from Hallmark in the US, which technically should work and it should be fine. Well, guess what? Even though I had a US address, they still didn't want to ship to me because my credit card was based in Canada. Even if I was going through PayPal. So I was like, oh, what a disaster. And then I finally found a place. Well, there goes my face. So we'll finish this video without it because the other memory card is full. And I'm not going to empty it out at the moment. So I finally found a company based in, I believe they're in Ontario, and I was able through that to, they're based in the Toronto area, and I was able to purchase all the ornaments that I wanted through them. But oh wow, that was painful. But now I asked my husband, because now 2 of our kids don't live with us anymore, so I asked my husband, when do we stop this tradition? Or do we continue forever? And he said, well, we should stop it when they reach 25. Because technically, the youngest always have less ornaments than the oldest. So we'll be stopping it at 25, which means that it's going to be Andrew's last ornament for the tree. And I found a really cool one. It's one that's called the Merriest House in the Galaxy, and it's a Star Wars, and it's just very cool. So, and it was fitting because he bought a house, so I thought, you know what, that will be a good ornament for him. So yeah, I'm happy that I got them, and then I got the PJs because on Christmas morning we always open the stockings here before going to my dad, and so I got their PJs, the new PJ set, so that's taken care of. Well, the bottom parts for the boys, I need to get them undershirts, but I'll order that through Amazon. So I got that done, and now I got the advent calendar done today because they were on sale, so I was able to do that. And I got a special coffee one for Andrew this year because he loves coffee. So, and it's the type of, you know, Nespresso is pretty expensive, so it's the type of thing that he wouldn't, he doesn't really order anymore because of the fact that he's got a house to pay. So I thought you would appreciate that more than a little chocolate. And I got a calendar for Megan and her boyfriend because, you know, don't want the boyfriend not to have any chocolate, especially since they're living together. So got that done, and okay, so then this is supposed to be brown. We'll do this light brown, hopefully it rises. So got that done. And what else do I still need to do? Well, I'm debating, I would like to find them Christmas sweaters, because I usually try that. I found a Christmas t-shirt, but now I'd like to have other Christmas sweaters for them. So that part is still not done. And this one was supposed to be brown and not light brown, but oh well. And which color next? Then there's light brown. I really don't have a light brown other than what I just used. Is that the same? Oh, maybe I could use this one. So that doesn't look brown at all. That's probably why I should have tested it in my book. But I got distracted. Oh well. It is gonna be that. And then, so that's done, but I still need to figure out, yeah, like I said, I need to figure out my, what I'm gonna do with, about the shirts, and then I need to figure out the gifts, because we haven't finished those up. And I wanted to make some end ones, but I'm running out of hours in a day, so I don't know. It's getting difficult. So then there's a red. That works. Red is number 4. So are you getting stressed with the holidays? I love that time of year, but at the same time, by the time Christmas comes, I'm always exhausted because I just feel like I'm running around all the time, trying to get all the things done and it's a lot of pressure that I just put on myself. That's the worst, and I'm aware of it, but I can't seem to get away from it. And another part that's crazy is the fact that from year to year, it's always the same thing, and I'm always stressed for the same thing all the time. So you would think I would relax and chill, but no. At least a lot of it, we're in November, and a lot of it is done, so that's pretty cool. Andrew's gift is pretty much complete. I just need to figure out for my other kids. Megan and her boyfriend wanted a bicycle rack for their new car. Well, the used car, but new to them. And because they like doing outdoors activities. But I'm still waiting for the link. They were supposed to send it to me forever ago, and of course they haven't. And of course it's me running after the information, which might be why I get stressed about all these things. Okay, orange. That feels like a good orange. And it's funny because my husband doesn't take care of any of these things, you know? So he's all relaxed. I got my dad's Christmas present, so that was good. When we went to the Eastern Townships and we went to Stansted, there was a lamp at one of the antique booths that he really wanted. It was pretty expensive, so I told him that I would give it to him for Christmas and his birthday, because his birthday's in March, because it was more than I usually would have spent. But I could see he wanted it so much, and it was exactly the same shade model that he already had. So very, very cool for him. And the chance of him finding exactly that shade was like almost impossible. So it's a good. Okay, so this is going to be the light green for this portion. So I didn't want him to miss out on the lamp, because I figured that the chances of finding that shade again would be very rare. So he was very excited. You look like a little kid. And you should have seen my stepmom's face when she saw us. She really didn't expect to have a visit for her birthday, so it was a great, turned out to be a really great surprise and a lot of fun going to all those thrift stores. Seems like a strange combination of color for a butterfly, but who am I to question? That's the whole point of doing this, is that I don't have to question anything. Okay, so blue. Blue is number 10. So I tried to do some cross stitching while I was in the car, and that didn't work out. My eyesight is just not good enough anymore for close. And it was an overcast day when we went down. On the way back, I drew some images for the calendar that I need to work on, and I'm clearly procrastinating right now by doing this instead. But the images are done, so I just have to color them in, and then we can start assembling the pages together. So that should be fun. I would really like to get it done before the end of November, so that if somebody wants to purchase it, they can get it before the holidays. I would love to know if there are items that you would like to see in the store, because I would like to make things that you guys would appreciate. That's hard to color in this direction, I find. I could turn it around, but I don't like the idea of messing up with everything else, because the book is pretty big, so In case you're wanting to play with this book in particular, it's linked in on my Amazon storefront, and if you click on that, then and you purchase through that link, then I get a little bit of money from your purchase, and it doesn't cost you any more money for me to have that. So just in case you're interested. So turquoise, I feel like that would be a turquoise, so that's 11, I guess. Yeah. The background is supposed to be light blue. I'm definitely not doing this with a marker. I'll do that section with coloring pencil. I think it was Marty that mentioned that you know, she's doing it, and her too, it's annoying to see the numbers peek through, but at the same time, we're not doing this for to be put in a frame or something, so it's all good. That's a bright pink. So I hope that you're doing something while watching me. I'd be curious to know what it is. Always love, I'm nosy like that. I always love to know what you guys are up to. Gives me ideas. The paper's peeling. I guess these markers are not the best thing to use on this paper. We're almost done. I'm glad I started with an easy page. I'm wondering if the stained glass one has numbers that are that dark. And this is supposed to be peach. We'll go with this being peach. It's more salmon than peach, but anyway. Okay, so we've done all of that. There's only the light blue left. So I'm just gonna take this time to see if the marker is still right. This one is not really good, because I don't want to keep markers that don't write well, and I don't want to keep the whole box because it takes space. So that one writes well. So I've got a big bin here that I'm gonna put this one writes really well. This one is nah, not really. That one's good. You do that, go through your markers and check them out sometimes. I try it, I don't do it often enough, because the thing is, markers do dry out over time, and there's, you know, everything takes space, and space is really something that is worth a lot in my craft space. So I don't want stuff that doesn't work. Hence the fact that I was happy that my son wanted to give me his pens, but I had no clue if they worked or not. So before doing anything else, just need to validate that they do indeed work. And this is going to be a nice big messy background for something. This one is not good. That one's perfect. And since we're on a mission, I do have another set that it'd be fun if we can go through. And there are all of these chromatic. I guess they're fake distress marker type of thing. I purchased these at they're American Craft. I got this at TJ Maxx a long time ago. While we were camping, I believe. Okay, so doesn't matter which end works, so long as one works. No, that's right. Yeah, no. That was what I was scared about. Scared for was that they would do that, because some of them is used and clearly, well, when they don't work anymore, don't keep them. But that's the same logic as that empty box of cereal that stays in the, that's a blending tool. Doesn't seem to have any blending liquid. Not sure if we can refill these. I don't believe so. So toss that. So yeah, they throwing stuff away that doesn't work anymore. They just keep it in their drawer forever and a day until somebody does the work. Same thing with the clothes. When they were young, I would go through their closet and, you know, clean up what didn't fit anymore, what was, you know, not good. But now, you know, they're supposed to be. That one is the nib is not good, but this side is good, so that's gonna be good. So now they're old enough to do it themselves, and first thing I notice is that they're walking with socks that have big, huge, humongous holes in them. It's like, why? Why? Why do you do that? Why keep socks that have huge holes? There's a lot of them that were dried out. Okay, I'm happy that I'm going through this and doing this exercise because it needed to be done and I seem to procrastinate. So then I have another big batch of markers and things from him as well. And that's the last of them. So once we finish going through these, we're good to go. We'll have gone through all of the markers and things. Is that one right? I like that one. Nope. Some were cheap. Dollar store. I believe these might have been. Sharpie's always good. Nope. Nope. Well, I thought my bin might not be big enough for all the pens, but with all the ones that I need to toss aside, I think my bin is going to be more than plenty big. So let me know in the comments down below, when was the last time you went through your pens and checked if they worked or not? Do you ever do it? I have to admit that I don't usually do it, but if I'm moving stuff, or if in this case I'm getting pens from somebody, clearly I'm gonna go through them. So when I moved, I did that with all my pens. It takes a while, especially if you have a lot. Of course, some are like my Copics are refillable, so obviously I would never toss them aside. I always refill them. That's what I love about the Copics. They're really quite an investment, but they last a very long time if you take care of them. That one's okay, kind of. Not bad. Oh boy. That one, I don't know what happened. There's no more, it's gone. There's no more nib or anything. I don't know what he did with it, but he must have really pressed hard on it. When they write really pale and like like that. I don't like that. I know I'm not gonna use it. Or like that. So might as well not keep it. And they're not in good enough condition to warrant giving it to somebody else. I hate, and I mean hate, people giving stuff out to Value Village or other places like that that are crap. Don't give stuff that's all broken, or that is missing parts, or that doesn't write. Like, why give out pens that don't write? Just throw them away. Because it's not fun for the person that buys it and then gets home and the item doesn't work. The thing is, usually when I purchase bags of stuff, it's never for the pens. It's always for other stuff that's in the bag. So I don't really care that the pen doesn't write. I just toss it, but still annoying. Okay, so we've got this here, and we'll just do the light blue, and then we can call it a day and say that everything is finished. So this ended up being more than just coloring with me. It was a testing out of your pens. Maybe while I was doing this, you decided to do the same thing. And I'm gonna go very loosely around everything and not really go too hard or too close. I want it loose. Guess my husband must have arrived. He was working with my son at my son's house, finishing off little things. There's always little things to fix. That's so strange because there's like a design that shows up when you color. And now I don't have anything underneath except for the regular page, so I really don't know what that is. Now I could put stickles and things on the wings, but I'm not going to because I really want to close off the book. Oh shoot, I forgot one. That's why I put the things in a different pencil case, so this way if you're missing something like this, you can go and fix whatever you've missed. Because I don't know for you, but I always seem to miss areas even though I go and look at it. Same thing with diamond painting, always like that. Okay, so I think we're finished, and this is my page, guys. So I hope you've had fun doing this with me, and I'm looking forward to reading all your comments and to know what you do, if you check your pens or not, if you're stressed about the holidays or not. Everything, guys. I'm just very curious. So let me know. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.